Good morning, students. Welcome back again with our topic. Today's topic is permeability of soil. So, let's start with the introduction part. So, what is the definition of permeability? Basically, permeability is a property of soil which allows the flow of water through it. As you can see in the picture here, the blue lines shows water, and the brown part are the particles of soil which allows water to flow within them. So as you can see, in loose soil, the flow of water is higher as compared to dense soil. Now, what is the importance of permeability? The design of earth dams is very much based upon the permeability of soil used. Secondly, the stability of slopes and retaining structures can be greatly affected by the permeability of the soils involved. Third important factor is filters made of soils are designed based upon their permeability. And fourth, estimating the quantity of underground seepage. So these four are the important factors uh, which are used for knowing the permeability. Firstly is to design the earth dams. If you want to design an earth dam, then you have to know the permeability of the soil. Now, next, if you want to make that dam or retaining wall or the slope stable, then also need to know the permeability of that soil. Filters made by soils are also designed according to their permeability, and the quantity of underground seepage can also be determined by permeability. Now, one law which is known as Darcy law is used for defining the permeability of the soil. So, where you can see in the figure, A is the cross sectional area of the soil sample, L is the length of the soil sample, HIN is the head at the inlet, and H out is the head at outlet. Q is the discharge, and small q is the rate of discharge per unit time, that is T, is equal to Q upon T. So basically this is a soil sample, and we we are going to analysis the flow of water through a soil particle. So these are the terms which we are going to use, in which A is the cross sectional area of the soil sample, L is the length of the sample, or H is the head at the inlet point, and H out is the head at outlet, and Q is the discharge which we are going to have at the end of the time. So, what Darcy law states, or what is Darcy law? So, the Darcy law states that in a saturated soil under laminar flow conditions, the rate of flow of water through given sample of soil is directly proportional to the hydraulic gradient. So, if we are talking about saturated soil, if the flow conditions are laminar flow, the rate of flow of water through a given soil sample will be directly proportional to the hydraulic gradient. Means, if the hydraulic gradient is uh, or we can say hydraulic gradient means the difference between in at head loss at uh, head at in and head at out. So the difference between these is known as hydraulic gradient, and that hydraulic gradient is directly proportional to the rate of flow of water. So, if we state it, V is equal to Q upon A, which is equal to Ki, and Q is equal to Kia, where V is the superficial velocity, which is in the unit of meter per second. K is the coefficient of permeability, which is also in meter per second, and I is the hydraulic gradient, which is equal to H in minus H out upon L, which will give the hydraulic gradient of that soil. Now, what is superficial velocity? It is defined as discharge per unit cross section area of soil. V is equal to Q upon A, where V is the superficial velocity in meter per second, Q is the discharge per unit time, A is the area of the soil sample. Now, seepage velocity. What is seepage velocity? Seepage velocity is defined as discharge per unit cross section area of voids to the direction of the flow of soil, which will be denoted as Vs is equal to Q upon As, where Vs is the seepage velocity in meter per second, Q is the discharge per unit time, A is the area of void, and the relationship between superficial velocity and seepage velocity is Vs is equal to V upon N, where N is the porosity. Now, what are the factors which are affecting the permeability? So, the factors which affect permeability are particle size. As you can see, if the particle sizes are very small, then the permeability will change according to their particle sizes. Properties of pore waters. The property of pore water will also affect the permeability. Degree of saturation, how much it have saturation already, and the soil we are going to test is how much it is saturated, will also affect the permeability of the soil. Presence of entrapped air and other foreign matters. Other foreign matter and entrapped air will also affect the permeability of the soil as as a as a factor, as an important factor for affecting the permeability. Structural arrangement will also affect the permeability, as if there is we can say smooth structure, then the flow will be high, or if the structure is very uneven, then the permeability will be very low in that soil. Stratification of soil will also affect the permeability of the soil. So these are the points or factors which affects the permeability of soil in soil testing. Now, if we as factor affecting permeability we have discussed, the first part is particle size. The permeability varies approximately as the square of diameter of the soil. K is equal to 100 d square 10, where d10 is the effective diameter of the soil. So that is why the particle size is kept under the factors affecting the permeability of a soil. So if you can see in the figure, low permeability is the soil and high permeability soil, which you can see why, because of their particle sizes. Property of pore water. The permeability of the soil varies directly with the density and inversely proportional to the viscosity of water. That is why K is directly proportional to gamma W upon mu, which is equal to K is equal to 1 upon mu, and K mu is equal to constant. So that is the factor, that is the point for which it affects the permeability. Now, void ratio also. Increases in void ratio increases the area available for flow, hence permeability increases. K is directly proportional to E by 3 upon 1 plus E, where E is the void ratio of the soil permeability K, for permeability K. Now, degree of saturation. Higher the degree of saturation, higher will be the permeability, as we have discussed. If the soil is already saturated, then it will be easier for the water to flow from them, through them. Or if the soil is dry or unsaturated, then the flow will be obviously decreased. Second, presence of entrapped air and other foreign matter. The entrapped air and foreign matter will block the voids in the soil, resulting in decreasing the permeability. So, if the presence of entrapped air or foreign matter are there in between the particle, then it will surely uh, decrease the permeability by blocking the flow of the water. Now, structural arrangement for same void ratio, the permeability of soil will be more flocculated structure as compared to dispersed structure. So, the structure also behaves a very strong important factor for affecting the permeability. As you can see here in the figure, flocculated structure or dispersed structure, the flow or the permeability will be affected according to their structure. Lastly, stratification of soil. Stratified soil deposits have greater permeability parallel to the plains where when compared to perpendicular to plains. So K2 and K1. So K2, oh sorry, K1 is greater than K2. Obvious सी बात है. Obviously, it is shown in the figure. If the layers are there in the soil, then K1, the flow rate or the permeability at the direction of K1 will be greater than will be greater as compared to K2. So laboratory testing for find coefficient of permeability are there are two standard laboratory tests used to determine the coefficient of permeability of soil. The first is constant head test and the second is falling head test. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.